Hallo an ja. Ich würde Begrüßung auch immer variieren für das Spaß und ich mein Parts Review, weil das den dritten in Channel abholen. Da will ich auch theoretisch wenig gemäht gauf. Ja auch weil brauche ein bisschen Aufhissung am Leben. Voilà. Aber ja, Moment der Investigation gefahren, in dem Chihiro gekreuzigt gauf. Jesus war zwar nicht gekreuzigt, mir versteht was ich meine, I guess. War Moment der Investigation muss so gut für kommen. Luna kleiner Sache, Byakuya oder das Gerolle, fragst wirklich mal hin, vielleicht auch minimal. Bei den Hund aus der Frucht gelaufen ist, also ich möchte selber weiter hecht, wir müssen einen Teil klären im Fall. Me, guck mal was der Bro hier von mir, also wir sollen gute gesucht, wir sollen am Boys Locker Room gucken, nach auf andere Platz, und wir sollen mal den Leute schwatzen, wo ich kann von dem Transkript gucken. Ja, Girls Locker Room soll man gar hier gehen, Boys Locker Room so auch gucken, aber man soll mal den anderen schwatzen. Hey, schwarz Motiv mit dem Hifumi has discovered evidence revealing the identity of the culprit.
I feel as if...
Another stat increase for me. Evidence? What did you find? I cannot reveal it.
This is it. I'm
But
sure
I
of it.
guarantee that what I found would steal the killer's breath for his lungs. From his lungs. Are you sure about that? Oh yeah, Miss Ludenberg said she witnesses something worthwhile too. Really?
Well,
What did you see?
it
She
would
refused to tell me.
seem...
It's like when a girl bodies the boy she likes, right? Right? Okay, so where's Celeste now? That's good news. The warehouse by the dorm, she was there, but at the same time, not there. What's it gonna be? Sagen wir mal, Celeste und dann kommen wir ins Crime. Komm mal gerne in the Boys Locker Room. Haha! Okay, wonder that the poster was suspect for coming us. Heard this poster. It's a popular boy band called Tornado, and a boy band that kind dachte mit einer Girls, and Girls Dings. Obwohl mir war doch. Das heißt, ja, der Case ist wirklich viel für mich schwierig gedurchstand. Heißt, vielleicht wird Poster schon Blut verschmiert, wie dem Boys Locker Room, wo vielleicht wird aber Boy mir wollte, ob oh mein Gott, das kann wirklich für mich schwierig gedurcht, weil wenn Posters geswappt gaufen, no dem Mord, heißt das ja, dass der Mord bei den Boys muss geschützt werden, wenn nee, wenn das viert Ruf wird, dann ist es okay, mit no, da kann wirklich schwer gehen dann. Somehow it doesn't quite seem to fit in the boys locker room. But that's a good evidence. Das ist nice Teil eigentlich. That's a strange stain on the carpet. What is it? Boys locker room carpet. Oh nee, das ist vielleicht das Mordfiction shit. Das ist nur das Wegschei geschieht dann voll irgendein aber the girls oh. Ja, ich meine, das kennt aber Byakuya gewirrscht sind. Mir wollte irgendwie Toko kaufen und Toko hat dann auch vielleicht Toko auf the Promise gemacht, so schizophrenic zu sehen. Ich mag kurz im Locker gucken, Snapper. Gut oder nicht? Das fix. Also der Case kann wirklich für mich kompliziert gehen. Aber für Byakuya muss wirklich irgendwas zu meiner Zeit in der Tod ist wirklich suspekt. Das ist wirklich suspekt. Komm, gehen wir gerade kurz. Muss ungefähr so froh mal die anderen noch. Da mir heute wirklich viel mehr dabei sind, wie man merkt. Wird mal Toko wird wirklich schon sehen. Also literally ein Aufmerksamkeit von Yo! Due to the recomplex wrapping, alle warte tun wir schaut mal ja schon. Joko ist die Luna high. Ich meine, das ist Kenneth the Bloodlust and from making me know. With bloodlust written on the wall in blood, just like in all those other genocide check calls. Every crime scene with bloodlust. Okay, ich schätze mal, das ist auf Computer. Chihiro's presence here was especially weak
No
to her body and her
forgiveness!
soul. To target such a helpless being, it's unforgivable. What a wretched beast to do such a thing. I cannot forgive this. Können du nicht Chihiro selber mir genau gucken? Hey Kyoko, have you made any progress on the investigation? Generally speaking. But I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of. Something besides the investigation.
Well.
What is it? Nothing you need to worry about. Just concentrate on the murder.
So then.
Before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihiro's body one more time. Thoroughly. Das hat was auch gedurcht schon. Also, a handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts. That's it. I'll be praying for your success. With that, Kyoko turned and left the girls' locker room. I guess I'll take another look at the body then. And Chihiro's handbook is missing. That's definitely worth worrying about. Vielleicht wird der doch mit dem Handbook den Ausers verlieren. Kyoko said I should examine the body one more time. I know she said thoroughly, but I do have an limits. Well, I'd better give it a shot anyway. Das ist doch tot, kann doch ruhig profitieren. Let's see. Chihiro's hands are bound with what looks like some kind of rope. The rope was used to prop her up in a kind of crucifix position. Das bestimmte Rope der Byakuya an den Archives hatte Kazuto giving for a rope lion. Yeah. This rope has a plug and it has a cable. Wait, so then this isn't the rope at all. But the more I think about it, the more that's not the only thing that concerns me. Chihiro's fatal injury was the blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. Okay, sind andere nochmal ausgestartet und so, mit Weirdos. That's right, there's the issue of her being suspended and a fatal blow. At first I didn't see any reason to think too much about either of them. But seeing them again after looking through the genocide check felt something's not quite right. What does this all mean? Was du nach Sassers, kennt doch der Kabel von der Luft gewirrscht sind, die man in der Archiver gesehen haben. Und der Kabel hat Byakuya irgendwie raufgeholt, respektive den Mörder, also ich mein Kind schon hier gewirrscht sind. Und das Idee wird benutzt, um es abzuhängen. Well, the one thing most likely to tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chiyo, and to figure that out, there's a certain place need to revisit and look over again. Plus, it might help to look at the genocide check case for one more time. Und das so unser Fall mit Archiver muss für das nicht genau zu gucken. LOL. Toko an auf alle Fall Byakuya, aber wirklich irgendwas zu mal zu tun, das ist wirklich mega, weil das, ja, das Ausrufezeichen, dass wir mal dabei hinziehen. Und schon zu auch ich auch hab's gesehen haben. Wir machen aber nochmal andere mal gelo bei... Okay, da lass mich auch mal zwei... Ich möchte noch mal bei Archiver TP, dann gehe ich direkt durch. Ja, ich kann schon TPen. Okay, dann... Okay, wait, what? There's still more I need to check. Okay, ja, guck mal, I got post for... Oh, die go for the swap. It's the bloods and post. The blood is the most noteworthy part, but the big brassed swimsuit model is pretty noticeable too. The girls' locker room doesn't seem like the kind of place you'd find something like this. Oh, but wait, that reminds me, the poster in the other locker room is... That's right, there's definitely something strange about this. In the boys' locker room, there's a poster of a popular boy band. In the girls' locker room, there's a poster of a big-breasted swimsuit model. Could the posters have been switched? But if they were, why? What reason would anyone have? Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little more about the locker rooms. 2 locker rooms posters have been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. In the Meivat locker room, there was Sakura, ne? You spend a lot of time exercising the girls' locker room, right, Sakura? I've used it nearly every day since it opened up. Sometimes seen and I use it together. Okay, then let me ask you something. Do you think the posters in boys and girls' locker room could have been switched? Sorry, I can't really say. I never really paid any attention to the posters.
However,
see, but there is something that's been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising. We have protein coffee in the warehouse. It's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with coffee and down a glass of it after exercising. Anyway, the other day I spilled some on the carpet in the girls' locker room and it left a stain. Ah, der wird aber nicht geswappt. Oh, da Sakura, da habst du mal dazu den stain. But I don't see any stain on the carpet now. Exactly, I noticed it earlier. The stain has disappeared. I can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up. But still, isn't it unusually clean, as if there was never stain to begin with? Disappearing stain had been added. Ja, der Tisch sind auch noch Teppiche geswitcht. Sie haben Poster geswitcht an den Teppich. Tisch, dass du Blut kann davon, dass die Teppich ist von Boys Locker Room. An der Tür sind von Girls Locker Room, auch von Boys Locker Room. Das stimmt, Mord muss wirklich bei den Boys geschieht sein. Weil kann immer noch mit einer Person gleichzeitig schreiben, wir wussten nicht, wie das bei der High Andreas Day die leider nicht gesagt. Lol. Zock oder so.
I'm sorry.
I remember see, but stay man, that doesn't count. Okay, bruh. Okay, der Mord muss wirklich auf der anderen Seite passiert, so manglisch. Ich will geil gucken. An der Woche so 2 Klimmzüge-Dings. Okay, da sind noch 2. Man hat der Kaffee auf der anderen Seite gespielt. Lol. Das ist wirklich mega cool. Mega komisch. Tokumo selbst du immer das Ding ab Yaku-Jahre auch. Das ist das. Stimmt, man wollte nicht bei Celeste gehen. Das vom Warehouse vom Kaffee, ich meine, da fängt das nicht viel zu wissen, also klar. Du kannst mir aber hinterpehen. Ja, ich muss dann doch Shiva, aber ich bin nicht dabei. Ah, nicht konnte ich der PTP, weil ich nach den hinten ist fahren. Okay. Gut zu wissen, wir gehen bei Celeste mal. Jo. Celeste, aber ich fand der Rastbank nicht viel. Celeste, what are you doing here? This warehouse is amazing. It has absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from. See that, but have you found anything related to the case?
Most unfortunate.
Knew you were going to ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might misdirect you, but I see it was pointless. Then you did find something? Very well, I will tell you. Only you. Last night I saw her here. She was in the warehouse.
Indeed.
What, really? This was right before night time.
Hmm? What are you doing out this late?
What are you doing?
I was just...
Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. Just the deck she was gone. I assumed she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken a rule, none of this ever would have happened. You get what you deserve, I suppose. So apparently, she went to the girls' locker room late at night and not to exercise without anyone knowing. But the strange thing is, there was no trace of the track jacket the duffel bag Celeste said she saw Chihiro carry, which would mean the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow. Yeah, so that is okay, most like on the trash room. That's what the coffee. Is this the fridge Sayaka mentioned? Ah. Okay. Sayaka sieht das. Trotzdem über gut Leute. Ja, das ist Jacke, das Trash Room ist gerade nicht markiert. Ja, das Save etwas. Also auch ein Ausruf zwischen meinen Aoi an die Hina zu sein. Ich nenne schon, dass es ein Aoi ist. Oh, Hina, how's Toko going? No, doing. Same as before, she won't come out and she just keeps on mumbling something about genocide check. So I just left her there. You left her? My head was all swimming and I was getting pretty hungry. Oh, but don't worry, I'm gonna head back as soon as I'm done eating. Toko's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her. Speaking of which, what are you eating? A donut, of course. Of course. There's two things I'm sure got traded, outer space and donuts. Really? I bet Chihiro would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe that was her one big regret. I should have tried to spend more time with her. Come to think of it, who
Well-
did she spend time with? Yeah, she was a little bit strange, didn't really hang out with the other girls much. It was like she was trying to keep her distance from us. Actually, Sakura said something similar. She said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you, she always
Yeah,
refused.
totally.
Yep, it's true, and it wasn't just us either. It was like she stayed away from all the girls. Was she just shy? I don't know, she talked to the boys all the time. Isn't it kind of weird to be shy around your own sex, but totally fine with the opposite sex? Oh wait, maybe she was used to guys spoiling her. The law says you can't judge a book by its cover, right? You think so? I never really saw her as that kind of girl. Du weißt, vielleicht ist er doch am Funge jung. Oh, ist er kaum. Okay. Vielleicht ist er doch einfach jung. Weil tut ja auch gesagt, weil er nicht gerne Swimsuits umdehnen. Natürlich, das will einfach jung sein. Warte. Okay, komm mal gucken einfach vom Sprite hier. Plus Program, okay. Na, ich kenne viel mehr Informatik, aber Mengen an Fun sind nicht mega oft. Noch Chest 7, okay, das ist so komisch in Detail. Bei Junko wohnt er 80. Bei Celeste auch 80, weil sie halt Frauen sind. Okay, bei Sakura. Toko auch 70. Aoi 88. Kyoko 200. Okay, das ist ein komischer Detail, mit das aber Wurfi halt, you know. Okay, kann auch sein, dass er einfach Flat-Chest das. Deswegen Chest ist also, obwohl er vorher noch Big Chest halt. Man hat es quasi am Flat. Ja, okay, das kann wohl die anderen auch an die 80. Das ist auch komisch. Ein Chest für 70 kann man nicht sein. Die Case ist wirklich so big. Also, mir sind so viele Sachen aufgefallen, okay? Mir, dass das so weit geht. Also, es ist schon Einzelpieces lang gehabt. Müssen sie nicht mehr irgendwie so bei Nähe setzen. Aber dafür sind Truth Bullets hier da. Sollten irgendwo hingehen an die Library, ne? Bei denen das kein Ausrufezeichen, ich meine, sie kann. Ja, es soll sowieso hingehen. Ich gehe an die Library. Ich gucke nach paar irgendeinen aus. Ne, halt. Was sucht nach plus Kabel dabei? The lamp won't turn on. Oh, I see, it's not plugged in. The lamp's cord isn't long enough to reach the outlet from here. But last time I saw it was definitely on, and it was definitely right there. Oh, that's right, Byakuya was using an extension cord. But there's an extension cord here now. I wonder if... Library desk lamp has been entered. Ich habe zu Hause getauscht mit der beiden Archives und der beiden Archives hat gekorten, ey. Das ist ja dick schlau. Ich hoffe, Byakuya ist nicht mehr heim, weil guck mal, du hast gekorten. Das ist einfach der Cord, den du benutzt. The desk lamp. Byakuya grabbed it one thing from over there and put it over there. The chair is dark over there. Ja, Mann, du hast gekorten mit uns. Und den hat den aufgestellt und den hat der Gold für circa. Für Chihiro abzahlen können. The one wo sie empty, the extension cord was in there before. Vielleicht wird noch den extension cord benutzt. Das ist ein Byakuya. Wo, warte, da geht drum gesehen. Vielleicht wird den D-Code benutzt, mit von nicht genug Code, und hat noch den Do benutzt. Das kann natürlich auch sein. Guck mal, Snacker File sein. Das für Do. I want to take another look at Jack's case file. I know it was around here somewhere. It's gone. Did someone take it out of the archive? The only one who would do something like that. I can't think of anyone but Byakuya. Ja, weil die kleine Spacko. Ich weiß doch genau, dass wir im Gucken gehen, weil ich weiß, dass man von mir macht, wie man ausgesehen.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's the moment you've all been waiting for. The class trial. You remember where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
Begin the class trial or it's about to begin? Ich meine, man hatte sowieso keinen Platz mehr, wo man hat eine Kette gucken gehen. Ich meine, jeder in der Slot da. Mathe mein Javalo, kein Platz mehr. Bar. Ja. Ja. Tisch, du musst mal. Das war als letztes Clues. Biako ja hat Save. Aber Save, ab so zu dir. Wie noch immer. Wollt man Chord und so von den Sachen aufhängen. So is everyone ready to. What? Am I blind? Or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Yeah, Toko's not here. And Toko is. You really don't remember? Kidding, I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of the class for this time. Okie dokie, I'll go ahead and drag her out here, kicking and screaming. Just a moment, please. And just like he said, a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you would drag me. Terrible, you're terrible. Okay, das ist los, das ist normal, weil ich stottert dran. So now is everyone here, right? Okay then, hustle onto the elevator and let's get the show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Weil halt so unparteiisch vor, war einfach so doof. Und wenn sie halt der scheiß Björk ja profitiert. Da wenn sie wohl so oft auch fort vielleicht. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. That for einfach Byakuya. And the murderer is one of us. That for Togo. Man kann auch nicht sagen. Kann auch nicht sagen, das hat der Boyers. Nein, das aber wirklich schon. Someone standing right there. But, look him up. We have no choice, right? We have to do this. Yes. I give a small nod in reply. With one last step, deep breath, I walk toward the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. Couldn't get a handle on my emotions, wouldn't stop speculating. The Trial war 20 Minuten. Wir fangen gleich bis beim Trial an. Schauen wir uns, so weit wie es geht. Und der andere Part wird beim Trial fertig machen. The steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation. Until finally, it came to a sudden stop. What do you think? I redecorated, isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with. Good, good. You're rip-ramming to go. Gotta say it. Don't hate it. Not at all. Byakuya ist los den Typ. He gave aber selber killen. He gave den anderen das ausstellen lassen. Vielleicht hat den aber Toko irgendwie Senka, nee, oder Leon Senkar haben sie irgendwie ausgemacht. Wird dann das mit gesagt oder so. Okay, then let's get this show on the road. Everyone, please find your assigned seats. It was safe of a Toko. So the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Let's see. Oliver schreibt mal einfach Saves. Do you wish to overfight? Yeah. Ich will nicht so viel Saves, weil ich den Platz auf meiner Switch. Setz mal Skills, Monde pour Font. Ist den Fort. Will mal. Tu mal nachher. Melodious Voice. Ah, ne, nochmal. Okay, Daily Blues haben wir schon. Handiwork. Ich hoffe, die branden nice viel. Ja. Das ist gut. 10 von 10. Batman nice Skill von 2 Ketten. Weil mehr. Okay, E-Handbook. Da können wir nicht alles durchgucken. Wir sprangen ran. Preis gibt's ausgerüstet. Da fangen wir an.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will if you can figure out who done it, then only they will. Then I'll punish everyone.
Das kommt den,
Let's talk about the murder weapon.
First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the pit. Yeah, but Tante. Locker room dumbbell.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
Okay, that's okay.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But What kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
Ich weiß das. What? You think you have some proof that contradicts what I said? I need to think about it one more time. There must be a contradiction. Ah, okay, wegen der contradiction. Also ich wollte das.
It appears it was,
Jetzt
according to the Monokuma file. What kind of blunt
Instrument? I bet it was an iron pipe.
Nein, das stimmt nicht.
No, it's wrong.
Right.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell? Found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood. And there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell.
Ich weiß nicht, was man wollte.
As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You
Vielleicht kann er
looked at her head wound?
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What?
Oh,
For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? And again, to non-stop the bats what you like. Ja, ich will mal keine sicher Sekunden trying für sie dick verkacken. But is the bad lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in the bed, but there's a way to keep. Press the A button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, if you shoot an actual remark with the silencer instead of the white noise, the timer will decrease. Take care. Okay, but if you actually white noise won't appear at all, then one chant one normal. Over to sign. Well, then everybody have fun. Make your argument. Genocide Jack case file.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
No, it's wrong.
Ho ho! Actually cool, aber die Klangnoise ist
might know one reason he could be involved.
Mit der shit white noise, dann war kann.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kinda weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
Mother to suspended us. How the victim
I
was
got it!
conditioned.
Apparently, in every Genocide Jack
Just
case,
einfach
the
suspended
killer
heeft mij
suspends the
irgendwie
body in a
opgehoben.
certain way.
So genre. Ja.
Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
Bruh.
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
You lie!
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle.
Mega durchstand.
Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also to not be Toko. The answer is that she's not just one person, multiple people, right? Yes, 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 yes. Satoshi Free. Hangman's Gambit. Ah, ich muss Memo so bauen, okay. Schizo, was? Oh.
Now I understand.
Let's fucking go forward.
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file, too. They thought that the suspect might have... what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
One thing that shows Toko could have a split personality, it has to do with her behavior.
I got it!
Behavior changed.
Talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
That's in the jumper. I'm fine. Why is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? She must have hit her heart, had real hard when she fainted. Well, there's a front and a back, a top, ending and a bottom, a sea of proof and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
Wir waren am Anfang, ja stimmt, wir können nachpassen, für was aber Björke ja wo, weil hier kann ja auch, ich weiß ja auch all die Sachen lo. Mit dem, es ist, abgehangen halt so. I won't let Genocide Jack have control. I'll drive out the killer, I'll drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How?
Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
Wie Leute jagen mich mit denen da hin, das ist wirklich ehrenloser. Will it Leute gifted, man, I guess. I'm sorry, I couldn't keep our promise, but don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it.
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person? You don't mean...
Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second...
Well, hello there!
Yo,
Is
what
it me
the
you were
fuck?
hoping to see? Yes! What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
What happened to you?
Not Toko. That's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's fault.
So intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack. This is being
Miss
insane.
Jack, Jill,
Jack,
can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless! I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death.
Me hat seht dat Genocide Jill, me Genocide Jack, as hat dat auch mal. Ich mein nicht, weil ich glaube Genocide Jill. Ich vielleicht es sind aber Genocide Jack.
There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Huh?
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
It doesn't trap, man. Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said, I need to get some more details about all of this. Na, das Aberbiaku, ja. Das nimmt halt in Ablenkungsmanöver. Status of the dead body, was meinen Sie genau, du Maler?
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
Wat maakt hij genau? Dat... Nee, wat maakt hij dan body?
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone!
Die camera nog op. Status of the dead body just cement that.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Nee. Status of the dead body. Oh, verwundert. Choose body has been applicated. The hands have been bombed, some kind of blow to the head.
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
No, that's wrong! Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Nog wat met de share en de set wat spannend. Style of the blood.
I got it!
Maar dat, voilà.
For one, the cause of death is different.
Dan gaan we met de handelen schnauzen.
In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right! In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce!
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
That's right, the second difference relates to how she was suspended. In the photos of the other Genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed through their hands. Here you'll see a clear difference. Just suspend her. But what would Naka just Naka kurz nee, also schon Text angucken kann. How the body was posed? Nah. When she was suspended.
I got it! Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
Das war mal abgefahren. Also, obwohl darauf kommt schon.
And guess
Aber
what?
schön,
I used my
wow.
own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's 2 differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
A pattern?
Hat dort kein
Figure that
Frauen im
out,
Busch.
and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Loli girl. Let's see. There was a pattern surrounding Dennis attack victim. She didn't fit it. If you look at the names of every victim, what you'll notice is Schwangen stehen den Class-Trial hier an 2 Dealer an. Ja, die nächste kann man mal weiter am Trial, respektive ich meine halt direkt weiter. Ja, voilà. Dann, ja. Ciao und bis nächstes Jahr.